Morgan, and I'm the laboratory manager here at Blood Assurance. And some of you may be curious as to what happens with your donation after you have given the donation to us, and what happens whether you give your blood at a satellite or if you give on one of our great mobiles. All the blood comes back to the central processing center here at Blood Assurance downtown. And when the blood comes in here, we will check your unit of blood against the tubes that have been collected, make sure that everything matches. We'll make sure that the donor card is filled out properly, and at that time then there is a process that begins on testing the blood. Our goal in the laboratory is to make sure that we can transfuse the safest blood possible. So in the laboratory we do a process of 13 different tests on your blood. Those are tests that will ensure that the blood that we collect from you as our donor that goes to the recipient, the patient in the hospital, can rest assured that they are getting a safe blood transfusion. This is our apheresis department, and our apheresis donors are very special to us. They can come in and give what we call a jumbo platelet. Platelets are very much needed on a daily basis, about 25 a day due to open heart surgeries, oncology patients. And the great thing about people that donate apheresis products is that we can keep one donor to one recipient. And in doing this, we also want to check our donors to make sure that they are being safe. So we run a pre-count on them to make sure that their platelets will be rebuilt in their body and it doesn't do them any harm. We will also take a portion from this apheresis product and put it into an analyzer back here to make sure that there are no bacteria growing. And that is also a safety feature for our donor and also for the recipient. This is called our NAT room, and that stands for nucleic acid testing. The test that is done in here is the #1 test that has made the blood supply the safest that it has been in approximately the last 10 years. We can now cut the window time of detection of HIV, HCV, HBV, and West Nile down to a period of about 21 days. And that is very important in the transfusion of blood products from a donor to a recipient. We have 2 analyzers in the back that process these. It takes about 6.5 hours to finish this test, but after we have finished it, we can give the blood with a safe assurance that it has been tested to the best technology that is available for HIV, HCV, which are very serious viral infections that can be transferred from a donor to a recipient. This is an analyzer that detects for atypical antibodies. Atypical antibodies can be manufactured in a person's blood system if they have had blood transfusions prior to donating. It can also be from an RH negative mother that may give birth to an RH positive baby. Those antibodies can cross the placenta. So we do check every unit that comes in here at Blood Assurance to make sure that there are not atypical antibodies present. At Blood Assurance, we also offer a service to all of our area hospitals where we will offer them consults and cross matches, and that is very helpful to them if they do not have the staff that's ready to do that. We also supply blood to all the dialysis centers in this clinic. We have their blood cross-matched and ready when those patients come in and have it available to them. There's also a great number of sickle cell patients in this area that we work diligently on each day so that we can have that adequate blood supply for them when they come in need. So we do offer to about 47 hospitals this service, and we're here 24/7, 7 days a week, ready to do that. This analyzer is a PK7200, and one of the things that it does for us is it produces an ABO, an RH, a TP, which is a test for syphilis, and it also does a test called CMV, cytomegalovirus. And that is, if you have a cytomegalovirus positive unit, you cannot use that unit for a baby that is 6 months and under. And about 78% of the population is actually positive for CMV. It is a severe upper respiratory virus. So we have to screen so many units a day to be able to supply for newborns that are here in the Chattanooga area for CMV negative units. This is the Prism, and it is made by a company called Abbott, and it is a very vital portion of our laboratory testing. It does 5 viral disease markers for us. Viral infections are one of the major causes of transfusion problems between a donor and a recipient. So this is a very vital portion of our testing. It will take one sample and do 5 different viral tests. It takes about 5.5 hours for us to get that, but then it yields us a good strong negative on these. Anything that does come up testing positive for this would be repeated. Our donors would be notified in that case, and that blood then would not be transmitted to a recipient at one of our facilities. After your blood is collected and then the testing, as the testing is being done, we are also doing another process to the blood bags. The blood bag is collected in one bag for all of our collection sites. Then it is brought here to Blood Assurance, and we separate it out into the platelets and then into the plasma, and also then we still have the red blood cells. And after this process is done by centrifugal force, then we come up with 3 different products. We come up with your packed red cells, which are used for anemia and bleeding. We also have the random platelets, which can be used for clotting your blood or for people that are deficient in clotting factors. And then we also have the straw-colored liquid portion of the plasma that can also be used for burn patients, for pregnancies, for clotting disorder patients also. So your process in giving a unit of blood here to Blood Assurance, we're very good stewards of that, and we try to make 3 products out of it so that 3 people can use your blood. It is one of the requirements by FDA that while the blood is being tested, that it not be in with blood that has been tested. So this is one of our walk-in refrigerators where we have our units that have been separated and are ready and waiting on testing to make sure that these units are going to be safe before they go out for distribution to the hospital. Also at Blood Assurance, we do know that one of the main transfusion reactions that is caused from a unit of blood being given from a donor to a recipient are the white cells that are in the bag. So here at Blood Assurance, we have adopted the policy that we will remove those white cells as a standard operating practice. So we take the original blood bag after it's been separated, we will sterile dock a new bag onto it, which has this filter. The blood will flow down through here, and all the white cells will then be stripped out, and it will come out into this new bag. And the blood that comes out here will be called leukoreduced. In other words, there will not be white cells present in this bag. Therefore, it will reduce greatly the chance of a transfusion reaction, which is a great safety feature also for the recipient. The final step here at Blood Assurance for the technologist is after the blood has been tested, we have reviewed all of our QC and know that those units are safe, they've been leukoreduced, and they've been labeled. They are now stored at the proper temperatures and are ready to go out for distribution by our courier services to our local hospitals.